I'm the flyest motherfucker at the kickback. Not a competition, little boy with a wrist that. Meet me in the bathroom, I don't wanna chit chat. She not a boyfriend.
Hello. Hello, welcome back to the Kickback podcast. My name is Joan. I'm here back in my room doing another episode. Don't really know what I'm gonna talk about. Oh, just to update. Let's start off with that. Just to update, I got a new battery for my car. That shit was $73, but I went over to the store. I was like, hey, I need a new battery, because there's like this battery store where they like refurbish and recondition batteries for cars from like past cars or something, and usually they're like perfectly fine. It's just like something else happened to the car where they didn't need the battery for it anymore, so it was just like a spare part. And I went to that store and I got my new battery. I was like, thank you so much. He was like, just you can leave the old battery right there. I'm like, how am I gonna leave the... Well, I need my old battery to drive back home. And he's like, what? He didn't understand. I was like, yeah, the dead battery's inside the car. I jump started my car to get over here to the store, to the battery store, and then I'm gonna jump start it right now so I can go back home and replace the battery. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that's really what I just did. I'm here getting a new battery for that same reason. He's like, all right, well, I don't want to charge you. Just bring it back, please. Bring back the old battery. And I'm like, okay, that sounds fine by me. It's kind of hot in here. I feel like I'm going to start sweating. But I came home. I changed the battery, took the old one out, put the new one in, took the old battery over to the store, and that was it. I got a new battery. My car turns on. Spent a couple bucks that I don't have, but we have a car now, and that's good. Car's a necessity. I need that right now. I need it to get from place to place and do some big moves in this next year, because your boy is turning 22. If you guys are watching this, I'm probably going to post this up tomorrow, which is going to be the 12th. So this is a day before my 22nd birthday. I turned 22 on the 13th of October, and this episode is going to go up on the 12th. So what I think I'm going to do is say my last goodbyes to being 22, to being 21. Fuck, I keep messing up my numbers. Say my last goodbye to being 21. The trash guys haven't come yet. It's not just my trash too. They just haven't come at all. Where are the garbage people? They should be here. Usually I'm over here running to the front in the morning because we forget to take them out. But they've been taking their time now. They've been just not going as early, I guess. I don't know what the routes look like, but hey, as long as my trash gets taken away, we're Gucci. But yeah, I'm going to be giving my last goodbyes to being 21. I was looking through my Snapchat memories the other day, and it was kind of interesting just seeing where I was last year around this very time. And it's crazy. Like, so much has changed in this 1 year. And it hasn't been the best of change. It hasn't been the greatest changes, but change regardless. There has been some good, there has been some bad, but a lot of it was just a lot, you know? A lot of it was a lot. Take that. Think about that. A lot of it was a lot. But yeah, a lot has changed. It's been a lot to learn. A lot of room to grow. A lot of everything, to be honest. It's been a roller coaster this year. So some of the things that I've learned, I guess, from being 21 or in my 21st year, well, I don't know how much I've learned. I could say like now, because it's like little stages, and I think that's how everyone has it in life, you know? Like now I'm coming towards the end of my 21st year, and I feel a little bit more composed. I feel chill. I feel more confident with my moves. Not as pressured, I guess I would say, that I put on myself, but also that I got from like everyone else. it's like I got it from myself, but I felt it coming from different people, but it wasn't always like that. It's just like my mind saying like, oh, just know you have to make it this good for these people. Make sure you do, it's a lot of pressure on myself. There's a one-man army right here, but we got it done. We took care of that for a while, but this 22nd year, I do want to change that. I'm telling you, towards the end of this year, of my 21st year, I've been calming down a lot. I've been grounding myself a little bit more. I said in the past episodes that I want to stay more present, and I haven't really been paying attention to like social media all that much. If I go on social media, like Instagram, I think yesterday I only had it open for like 2 minutes. I think that was what my screen time said. And the day before, it was only for, I think, 6 minutes. I didn't even open Instagram. So, I mean, you're seeing it. You're seeing some of the progress. And yeah, I've been just calming my everything down. I know shit can be all like this all the damn time, but it's still going to be there. Let's just calm down. All right, let's just chill a little bit. So that would be one of the things that I'm looking forward to when going into my 22nd year. And that's just taking everything for what it is and just making the best of it, not putting too much pressure on having to do things the best that you can. Or let me rephrase that, because I do emphasize doing the best that you can, but don't put that pressure on yourself. It's like, no, you're doing it, you're doing the best that you can, and that's it. You enjoy it. Enjoy the process of it. I know you don't want to do that short, but you got to do it. I know it's going to suck, but you don't have to do all this and that the way everyone else does it. This week, yesterday, I actually worked on Kickback podcast clips, and I haven't been doing that for a while because I don't like doing the extra busy work. I know. All the business people are going to be like, oh, you don't really care about your business. You're supposed to be doing the best that you can and grinding it out, doing the things that you don't want to, But nah, listen, as an artist, coming from like an artist perspective, I would say that I just want to do shit the way I want to do it. And having those people or those, though, I'm going to put my dinosaur right here actually so he can get in the shot. That's my guy, my dinosaur. I'll show it to you real quick. Look at this, Triceratops. But yeah, my artist side wants to feel free and not pressured. It wants to stay calm and rested. I've heard that you get your best ideas when your mind is at a restful state. And as of recently, my mind has been fucking... it's been all over the place. It's been this entire year, my mind's just been at a constant rate of chaos. And sometimes it'll calm down. Sometimes I'll go back to it. But I don't know. I feel like it's just something that you have to keep constantly reminding yourself that everything is going to be okay. There's the trash guy. Where you been, my guy? That everything's going to be just fine. That things are going to pass. There's that saying, this too shall pass. And that's honestly so right. I said it in my last podcast, and it really stuck to me when I was editing it. I said, it's a bad moment, but it's a good life, or something like that. Some shit like that. Oh yeah, trash guy's coming out. Yes, sir. Get that recycling. Pick that shit up. Bink. Good job. What was that? Like 10 minutes into the podcast, and I already unplugged my microphone. Damn, man. Why do I do this to myself? Anyways, the trash guy came. He put my recycling bin right in the middle of my driveway, so I'm gonna have to go and take that out in a little bit. But yeah, 21 has been an experience. I'm gonna focus on just that. 21 and 22, going into my 22nd year, I'm revising my 21st. I was gonna make like a cool video on my other YouTube channel and like get, I don't know, a different style of it, but I think I'm just gonna talk about it here on the podcast. This year I was looking through my Snapchat videos, my memories, and I saw where I was last year, and I would say that I'm on a completely different state of everything. I wasn't in this room last year. I was in my studio that I no longer have which was in the garage, that is now filled with a bunch of storage boxes. Because last year we weren't planning on having to move out, but this year it came up on us randomly that we were going to have to move out. So especially in this part, or this time, in this era where things are becoming more and more expensive every single day. You know, gas just went up to another $1. Groceries, I bought like bare necessities of what I need in the kitchen. You know, milk. What else did I freaking buy? Bananas, avocados, tuna, jelly, and it came out to like $73, something like that. 70 something dollars. And I was like, wow, you know, everything's becoming a little bit more pricey. I mean, I just told you I replaced my battery for my car. Usually they're fucking 300 and something dollars, but luckily found that clutch store and it all worked out. So when it comes time for us to have to move out and be able to get a place like this, you know, there's so many requirements to have to move into the place like this. I don't know if we would fit them all, but this house has been fucking cool. You know, I've been here for around 2 years. I was supposed to move here when I was a kid and my dad moved over here, but I didn't. I ended up staying at my mom's house, and I was going to choose this room. You know, I was looking back at my old videos on my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, right? And have this one video, it's private, and we're visiting this house for the very first time. We're taking our first look at this house. We were all excited that we were all going to move here. And in the video, I think I said that I was like, you know what? I think this is going to be my room and the other one's going to be my sister's room. But yeah, I don't know. We might switch. We might get the other one. I really don't mind which one I get. But yeah, one of these rooms is going to be mine. And it's so funny because now at the very, very end of it all, here I am in this room. And I don't know. I haven't been looking at like obtaining this room as like something big because I haven't been able to personalize, I guess, my room. But I guess it's around as personal as it gets. I don't really need much in my room. Of course, I wish I had a bed frame, but hey, mattress on the floor just for a little bit. Get your back straightened out. You should be chilling. But yeah, I haven't been able to familiarize or personalize my room because there's a part of my mind that's telling me, you know, what's the point? You know, if you set everything up, you're gonna have to take it all down when you leave. It's not gonna be worth it. Just do the bare minimum. Do it with, like, put everything that you need in here, and that's it. You know, don't overthink it. Simplify. And I don't know. I feel like that's a really good word. That's a really good word right there. Simplification of your life. Because I feel like that's what I've been doing a lot. Just simplifying shit, you know? I would say, I'm not even gonna lie, I was doing really good. My podcast is doing really, really good. But it was just that persona in me, I wasn't ready for that yet, you know? So I needed to simplify everything that I was doing into something a little bit more expressive, more liberating, more creative. And just start to learn to fall in love with it, I guess I can say. Because I did love podcasting, but I knew that I wasn't good at it. You know, I felt it within me that I wasn't the best podcaster. And as much as I tried to hang with some of these fucking podcasts that have a whole team behind them sometimes, where they're just, okay, this guy's the video editor, that guy's the camera guy, that guy's the lighting guy, that guy's the shorts guy, that guy's the TikTok guy, that guy's the Instagram dude, that's the YouTube video, that's the clip channel, that's the second clip channel, that's, you know, they have like fucking a person for everybody. That's just the water guy. But I appreciate her, Peter, the water guy. Thanks. Much appreciated for the water. I need water. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of hot in here. Starting to sweat. But simplifying everything has been tremendously liberating for me and my mind. There's times where I do get into a little bit of a desperation, especially when it comes to money. I was writing that in my journal that money seems to be like the only thing that really keeps that control over people. You know, if you don't have money, you're kind of fucked. You end up not having the best of life. Well, here in the United States, I would say, because I know there's some places in the world where you don't have money and you can just go out and find something to do. You know, you just go and enjoy, and nobody tells you shit for it. Here, you really can't do anything. Can't. I don't know. Like you do have the freedoms, and I always bring that up when I talk to people that, you know, you should be grateful for the freedoms that you have here in the United States, because it's one of the most freest countries that you'll ever be a part of. And it's sad that now we've come to a time in the world where it doesn't particularly feel that way all the time. There's just so many things constricting you, so many things constantly getting a little bit more tough. And I know we're human, we're adaptable, we're fucking amazing. The human body is capable of withstanding so much, and the more you train it, the more practice, the more reps that you put into it, into the mind, there's so much things that you're capable of doing that you would have never even thought were possible. I mean, I was just reading this book. I'll bring this book up because I'm really like trying to dial into the book a lot more. Again, The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. I highly recommend anybody who has anything creative, even if you're not a creative, if you just want to start exploring that creative or more artistic mind, please go and get this book. It is so good. It's kind of liberating. I'm telling you, it's liberating how it breaks things down a lot more. But I was just about to bring up a quote or like a little part of the book that I read, but I forgot which part I was gonna look at. I'll figure it out right now though. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember. I just read this today in the morning. But it was saying how an idea can be seen as so unearthly, right? Because no one's ever seen it before. No one's ever done it before. It's something out of this world that it's hard to imagine, right? But once the idea gets made, it's seen as earthly. You know, it's something realistic. It's something that everyone sees. Something that it's a fact that it exists. And I think something magical gets taken away from that by people. And it said that in your imagination, everything is possible. But in reality, let me see. I'll read it word by word just so you guys really get it. And so I really get it. It says, let me get my book if I can get it. The imagination has no limits. The physical world does. The work exists in both. You know? The reason to why I was saying that quote was because I don't know, I feel like our minds have just been clouded a little bit too much, you know, mine included. And I don't know how everyone else is doing, but I feel like sometimes our minds can feel a little bit too messy, a little bit too where you don't really know where you want to go with things. Your imagination, it just said it right there, you know. That's one of the quotes that I just read today in the morning, and it really stuck with me. I know I couldn't remember it off the top of my fucking head, but yeah, I was thinking about that for a second, because how I said it, there's some things that you wouldn't even be thinking, you wouldn't fathom vocabulary. You wouldn't even fathom that it were possible. I mean, and I wrote down like right underneath that little like passage that it said, I'm like, look at the phone, right? Like this was not seen as something possible. It was an idea. It was unearthly until it was earthly. And now everyone carries it around, doesn't think anything of it. It's just something normal that every single person has, you know? But no one sees the amount of things that are coming off of this phone, off of this creation, off of this idea. So I was trying to like tap into the mind of Steve Jobs, not like fully, but just like try to comprehend a little bit. I'm like, I wonder what that guy was thinking when he was coming up with the idea of the iPhone or the iPod, you know, because the iPod was the first one. The iPod was revolutionary. I mean, I was watching these videos of when people were reacting to the iPod for like the very, very first time. And these people did not know what it was. I'm talking, it felt like if it was a human discovering fire for the first time. I was like, how do I type? Where's the buttons? How do I do this? How do I send a text message to, but where's the button, the clicks? Nope. You just tap your thumb onto the screen and it types it for you. And people were like, what the fuck? What? Their minds were blown. There was nothing else in the world that was like an iPhone. Something so unimaginable, you know? And it became possible. How can something impossible to the real world become possible to the real world? So I started getting into that mentality a little bit more towards the end. And I'm telling you, there's been messages, videos that have been being sent to me. I feel like it's that way, that they're being sent to me or shown to me or presented to me on purpose by something. But there's just so many things in those videos or in those books or just things that pop up in front of me that I start taking it a little bit differently, and it clears and simplifies things so much more than it already was. You know, I always say, why do I do that? I feel like I do that because I'm talking to myself, so I have to hear myself. So I don't know. It's weird. But I started thinking to myself, all right, I'm doing too much of what's possible. You know, it's possible to make a podcast. It's possible to make the shorts for a podcast. Everything is possible. Everyone's doing it. People are doing it to extreme levels, but you sometimes just taking it down a little bit and doing it because it's possible. You know what you can do, but just get it done and get it out there. You're happy with it. It's cool. It passes. Did you try your best? Yes, you did. But you're not going to go over the top because it just seems unnecessary, you know? You could push yourself to do your fucking 1000% best and making this clip right here that's 15 seconds as what's the word that I'm looking for? Engaging as possible, where there's so many things constantly passing by and swooshing through and just taking away your attention span. Or you can get away from that. Come up with your own way of doing it. Maybe you'll come out with something better at the very end. Sometimes you may think that you have to come up with these super crazy ideas or do something incredibly fucking different in order to really make a change in yourself. And I'm just from this first year of my 20s, I know that being 20, like that 20-year-old is your first year, but 21 is your first year, of being 20 is what I would say. That's when you really start fucking tasting shit. I feel like 20, you start seeing stuff. Like, it's like if they're gonna make you food and they're gonna bring you a dish, you're seeing them cook. You're seeing everyone cook when you're 20 years old. You're seeing the food getting made. You're like, okay. That looks good. This is looking pretty good. I feel like this is gonna be fun. I don't know how I'm going to describe this palette, how I'm going to review this dish right here, but I'm looking forward to it, whatever it is. I don't know if it's gonna be bad. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but from what I've heard and what it looks like online or in the kitchen, it looks pretty good. I'm making this analogy on the spot, by the way. So if I fuck up, I fuck up. It is what it is. But then you go into 21 and they bring you an appetizer. The appetizer wasn't that good. Or was it? There had some good moments. There's some parts of the dish that you like. There's some parts that you don't. You're getting just a taste of what's to come for the full main dish. of your 20s. I feel like once you turn 30, you go to another restaurant to eat somewhere else and try something new. But we're at one restaurant here in our 20s. That's how I'm thinking about it. It's funny that I used cooking or cooking or being a chef as an analogy. I think I'm gonna be Ratatouille with my girlfriend for Halloween. So she's gonna be Remy and I'm gonna be Linguini, Chef Linguini. I want to wear a chef's hat. That's what I'm looking forward to. I really wanted to wear a chef's hat. Cooking has been cool. Anyways, what I was saying, you go to your 22nd year and you kind of get a taste of what the first dish was like. So you kind of know what you are expecting on your 22nd. On your second dish. Maybe it's like an entree or some shit. I don't know what I really need to study my culinary terms, my server. I don't know, that's the right one. I don't know where I'm going with this. Point is, your early 20s is I would say probably what I'm expecting from the rest of my 20s is going to be more of this shit. You know, just learning and experiencing a bunch of different shit and not really knowing what is going to come through or what's going to happen, but to just try to make the best of every single moment. I don't know. I feel like times have just become so weird where you don't even know what to do. You know, there's no like set path. I don't really like where this podcast is going, but I'm going to keep going. Cause I don't have any plan for this podcast, and I feel like I'm going all over the place. But I mean, that's how we learn. You're seeing it firsthand. I'm not the best fucking podcaster, and coming to that realization at the end of 21 was something that I guess kind of destroyed me in a way. Not because like I wanted to be the best podcaster, but because I wanted to just keep trying to get to that level of thinking that I was there. I'm like, I have to be there. I have to be there. If I want to have a great podcast, I have to be there. And usually when it came down to the time to podcast, I wasn't there. Fuck. I think I unplugged my microphone again. Shit, dog. I keep unplugging my microphone and it's causing me some trouble. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this. I don't know why it just doesn't want to stay in there. But as I was saying, yeah, coming to that realization of knowing that I wasn't one of the best podcasters in the world when I was constantly just trying to be at that level and put myself at that level. It's like, it's because you see it, you know, you do see it on your phone, how these guys are at that level, and you're like, I know I can do that. I know I can do that. It's that instant, what's the word that I'm looking for? Gratification, right? That you just see it and they got it. So you got it. You know, you got that. You know how to get to that. But no, it takes time. It does take a lot of time. And I know that you could do it at that level in the beginning. You know, I know how to do it. You know, I know how to make the clips like those other podcasts do. I know how to make an hour-long and something video that is going to be appealing to some people. It doesn't really have to be a huge amount of people, but only the best of the best. I mean, look at the Nelk podcast. I'll bring that up. The Nelk podcast. It's not like these guys are like the best interviewers in the world. No, it's just that they have a huge fan base behind them for what? Not because of their podcast, but because of who these guys are, you know? So I feel like I've been focusing too much on trying to do a proper podcast that I forgot the creative side behind doing a podcast, or the creative side behind myself. And I noticed that earlier along the year too, which was kind of crazy to think about, because like I wouldn't have expected me to come back to that point now where I'm in I would say a creative rut. I wouldn't say a creative rut. I feel like I'm coming out of the creative rut that I'm actually enjoying. I'm enjoying doing these things. Even though if I fuck up, like if I do them wrong, if I don't say the right words, I feel a little bit more liberating. I feel like there was just like this narrow path that you had to follow, but the more you look out a little bit more broaden your perspective, you like see the different little routes that you can take that could end up leading you back to that same narrow path that you were looking at all along, you know? But it's about trying those different paths and not being afraid to fail a little bit, you know? I was in that moment of like, all right, it's do or die time all the damn time. I was in survival mode. I was scavenging for shit, you know, just trying to what was I trying to do? I was just trying to do my best, you know, all the fucking time. But not my best. Do the best on the internet, you know, not for myself. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Looking back at the shorts that I was making back then with like all the popping stuff and like the subtitles especially, I hated the subtitles. I just wanted something simple, you know. I wish I can just make the shorts and make it just as simple as possible. I'm talking just clip here from when I'm talking then to the other person, then to my person, and then like zoom in a little bit, maybe like just quick little, you know, nothing too crazy. But it's crazy because some people's minds just don't work that way. You know, they find all the colors and all the fast moving stuff, the quality of the video. Like, yeah, the video is high quality, but what's in the video? I haven't been on social media all that much in the past week. And I like every single time that I go to post something, if I go to post something, I scroll for like a minute or two. And sometimes one of those reels of a podcast comes up or on YouTube, you know, and I look at some of these titles, I look at some of these reels or YouTube shorts, and some of them, they have nothing in them, you know. It's just something so broad and so brief. But if you have like, I guess, a weaker mentality, no offense to anybody, no, it's just like you get distracted so fast. And I would say that I was probably going through that, you know. You find something and sometimes you can just I don't know, you just take the information but you don't even know what to do with it. You just have it. Okay, cool, I have this. But you just used all your energy on gathering that information that it's like, now what do? You already used up all your energy. You don't know what else to do. So for this 22nd year, I want to take things a little bit more slow. I want to just do it like if I was a little kid. I know that I'm 22 years old, or I'm going to be 22 years old. I know that I should, quote unquote, be on a level if I really want to do this the entire time. But I feel like that's just a lot of overthinking and a lot of comparison to a lot of other creators that are already doing this, and you're expecting yourself to be at that stage already, but it's the little steps. 21 was me trying to make big leaps when I should have been taking little steps, but I learned a lot from those big leaps. I learned that you got to be able to roll with the punches. I learned that it's hard being an adult, being a man, being, you know, proper, I guess you would say. Man, 22 has a lot in store for me. I was getting a little bit of anxiety, I would say. I don't know if anxiety is the right term, but I wasn't really looking forward to another year of like, I wouldn't say life, but it's just after seeing everything that went down on my 21st year. Damn, it's hot as hell in here. It's hot outside. The windows are hot. Yeah, seeing everything that went down when I was 21 in my 21st year, I was like, it's gonna be more of that this next year. And I kept having that mentality, you know, that, oh, it's gonna be a drag. Oh no, I wasn't really looking forward to having the 22nd year. Not in like the life part. No, I want to be alive, but I just don't want to have to constantly be figuring things out or having to work through all of the things that life throws at you, and just have to take them with a grain of salt and just keep pushing it, right? I knew that it was going to be hard, but that's the mentality that I changed, I guess, coming towards the end of the year. My mentality has changed a lot. Even the way I talked, I would say, in the beginning of the year, in October 13th, it's a little bit different. I'm still not the best with my speech because I would say I'm a quiet person sometimes when I'm by myself, or like when there's not that many people around me. I'm more like closed off. If it's in a public setting, like if it's a social setting, if I'm with a bunch of other people, I'll talk. Like I'll talk this entire time, but I just gotta have people willing to talk to me. But it's funny because I'm willing to talk, but when I come onto the podcast, I'm not willing to talk because I feel that pressure of being a podcaster. But it's like, nah, I'm just a dude who is talking on a podcast, and it's that practice that I've been wanting to get, and this is what I've been doing for the past week, and I've been enjoying it. I've been liking it. I've been so free. 22nd year is about being free, about being me. Being present, staying in the moment, enjoying days each day by day. Like, it's just that shift in your mind sometimes that you have to make within yourself that really changes your life. Money's not all that great right now. We're losing the house. I no longer have my studio. My car is now fixed, but it wasn't. It was broken for a while. It wasn't turning on. Could I have had a better life? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe in another universe, in another life. But this is my life now, in another dimension, another timeline. But this is my life now. And I know I remembered that I have the power to determine where my life goes. I can go back to that same quote by that one actor. I think his name is like Timothy something. I don't know his last name. Timothy something. He's like, you have to stop thinking that life is coming out. No. Let me restart that. Fuck. I already messed that up twice. It's because these headphones. I think it is because of these headphones, but I'm going to try doing it without headphones. That and my ears are getting a little sweaty. But Timothy, I don't know his last name. Timothy was like, you got to stop that mentality that life is coming at you and start realizing that life is coming from you. And that mentality right there is what I've been tapping into a little bit more, especially as of recently. My hair's a little bit weird right now. That's what I've been tapping into a little bit more recently. And I don't know why it took me this long to, I guess, start fully believing that ideology, that quote. But I'm glad that it was late than ever, that I have the power to change my life, and so do you, so does everybody. But you just have to be in your mind, not in anybody else's mind. You gotta really focus, sit down and pay attention to yourself as much as you can and everything around you, and start saying, okay, this is where I'm at. Where do I want to go? Not where is this taking me? Where am I going to end up? No, it's where can I make this go? What can I do from this situation? How can I make the best of this? How can I change my life? And I've been looking through like the laws of manifestation, the laws of the universe. I've been praying. I've been, just being grateful. That's one of the biggest things right there that I learned a lot through my 21st year, is appreciating the smallest things in life, and really being super grateful for everything that you've got, whether it be a person, whether it be where you're living, with the fact that you fucking wake up. I'm telling you, it's something as simple as that. Be grateful for it, because there's just so much going on that it wants you to keep going. It wants you to keep pushing forward and trying to find what's next, what's better, what's bigger, and I'm not saying like out in the world, not the materialistic shit. I'm saying what's better, what's bigger, what's brighter within you. There's always evolving. There's like constant change. How I said, this past year has been constant change. And I feel like I've probably evolved 2 or 3 times throughout this fucking year. Like, I'm talking, shit is moving so fast. I've been learning so much. And I just have to really tap into that. And I think that only comes with the confidence that I've been wanting a little bit more of. And I think this brings it out a little bit more. And it's being able to be sure of my own thoughts, of going into an open conversation and just being able to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, share my ideas, and really like stick to my ideas and not be afraid about what anybody else thinks. You know, we grew up with shit like cancel culture. We grew up with shit like politicizing every single different thing just so you don't talk about shit, that it makes you kind of afraid to fucking speak your mind. But no, these things are very necessary, I would say, both for you and for the fucking planet, you know? The art is the solution to chaos. Going back to my tattoo, you know, you have to find that art within you to stop all the chaos within yourself. And sometimes once you start bringing that art out from you, you know, that life is coming out of you, that's when all the chaos fucking stops. And right now, I don't think people have been getting the opportunity as much to really embrace the artistic side that they have within them, that really challenges them, that really puts them in a situation where they're going to create something that's going to change not only their world, but the world in itself. I think those are the best kinds of artists. And the ones who really can tap into that fucking state, that mental state, those are the ones that you really need to stick around, because you're going to learn a lot from them. I know that we have this mentality right now going around that, and it's not really worth it. What's the point? That nihilistic type of mentality sometimes where shit's fucking tough. Shit gets tough all the damn time. But if we stop looking for shit, if we stop pushing towards stuff, if we stop creating, like, we're leaving it to these big corporations to make the biggest, baddest, newest, beautifulest, most stylish, trendiest thing in the world. I mean, look at the trends on TikTok. You know, these are the biggest things. And if you're not doing them, if you're not a part of them, if you're doing something a little bit different, if you're not doing it the same way that this channel is doing it, if you're not doing it or saying it or thinking it the way that these people are doing it, you're either in the wrong, you're doing something wrong, or it doesn't matter. Like, whatever everybody else thinks just doesn't matter. But just being able to tap into that mentality of just creating all the damn time, you know? Where you're pushing yourself in that little, there's like a portion of your brain that I don't know the science behind it at all, but I'm saying this out loud. There's like it feels like there's a portion in your brain that just fucking sparks up, you know, when you start making shit that you like to do or tapping into something, when you get into that flow state. Getting into that flow state. I don't think I've done that in quite a while, to be honest with you. Getting into a flow state. I'm talking when your body is moving like ultra instinct. It's doing it by itself. You feel like you're in complete control, but you have no pressure, no friction within your mind. You're just... And that's what I want to get more into. Being able to flow. You know, I feel like I've been crashing too much, you know, within myself, within my own mind, within everything that the world throws at me. I feel like I've been sometimes, and I can call myself out on this sometimes, where it's super easy to victimize yourself and say that, oh, I'm trying to do this, but, you know, the way everything else is going. And yeah, it is that. The way everything else is going, you're not able to do it. But it doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean don't even try anymore. It means let's go find a different way, maybe step back from all that and just come back to it with a different perspective, because those perspectives and gaining those different perspectives is what really builds your mind. Going back to the root of this podcast, that's what it was, just gaining a whole bunch of different perspectives from so many different people. But some of them are in the same boat as me, where they don't exactly know what's right to say, or they don't feel confident in what they have to say, or sharing their experience makes them feel a little bit too like self-centered, where it's like, I don't really want to talk about me all that much. But no, I don't know why you are not supposed to talk about you all that much. Like, I've gotten that a lot. You know, when I'm talking to somebody, I don't really want to say too much about me or what's going on with me, because it's like, yeah, who cares? Like, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, and we're all too busy talking about whatever else is happening in the world that we have no really information about ourselves sometimes to really give out to people. And that's what I want to start building. I want to start getting more information about myself, about the things that I'm creating, the things that I'm thinking, the things that I'm excited to do and I'm looking forward to. Turning 22, I had a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress, knowing that 22 was just going to be another hard year. But no, that's not what I'm thinking anymore. I'm thinking I'm turning 22. 21 was kind of a bitch. I'm not going to lie. Being 21 years old, that whole year was something so fucking interesting. I learned so much, I lost so much, and I gained so much. And what I gained was so much more than the things that I've lost. Because look at me. I lost my studio. I almost lost my car. I lost so much things in this year. But the things that I've gotten in return have been 100 times better than what I've lost. You know? Ideally, like, here I am in my room. I was in the garage with my studio, you know, I had my own little portion there, but I'm in my own room. I have my desk downstairs, you know, in front of an open window that I get to see all these fucking birds flying by. I get to see the butterfly every once in a while come through and fly by. I see Estella's ass coming back and forth. I have my studio in the living room. I know that it's not the ideal place to podcast because there's always shit and traffic going around the entire time that is sometimes hard to focus on, but everything that I've been gaining is just perfect. All right, I feel like we have to embrace that a little bit more. It's not that shit is going terrible. It's just that it's leading to something that will end up being perfect. You know, it's all being done on purpose is what I would say. And the more you get to know that perspective, that everything is happening on purpose, the next things that come into your life, or the next things that you put in your life, it feels like you put them there on purpose. So going back to that fucking quote in the book, you know, yeah, it's in your imagination until it isn't. You know, it just shows that you can bring an idea, something that's just in your imagination, into your own reality. And it sounds so far-fetched. It sounds so out of this world. It sounds unearthly, you know, to be able to manifest things into your existence. But there's so many people saying the same shit that it's possible. So you're going to be the one person saying, nah, bro, nah, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm talking, these are the greatest people on fucking earth. John Jones, law of attraction himself, man. That's the greatest fighter in the entire world. Kobe Bryant, that Mamba mentality. No one breaks something like that. And all the people who would say, oh, nah, this guy's capping. Nah, that doesn't work. Yeah, it was easy for you. We got to get out of that mentality where we're stopping ourselves from creating. And having a YouTube channel, having a podcast, having any source of media outlet from yourself, it's just you sharing your mind. I don't know why we've become so afraid of our own minds. Maybe it's because we're unfamiliar with it. We're unfamiliar with what's really inside of here, and we're more attracted to what's inside of here at all times. You let the media and everything on your phone think for you. Like, are you really that person that you think you are, or is it what everything else has made you to be? Like, have you made anything for yourself? You know, and I would say I had I would say that I had a mixture, a combination of the two sometimes, but man, it feels so liberating just coming off of all that stuff and actually just taking some time for myself and kind of replanning where I want to be in all of this environment, you know? And this is exactly where I want to be. I know I'm going to have more guests coming on in the future. I know that that's something that I really am striving for, to be able to practice my conversation with other people, because I don't really get to do that all that often. You know, back in school, I remember just being able to talk to anybody. And I'm talking anybody. Like, literally everybody. I would say hi and what's up to everybody coming around me. There were some people that came up to me that I didn't even know. But they'd be like, oh, Joan, what's up, man? I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, I don't know who this kid is. He's like, saw you on Sense TV, bro. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, nice to see. I was like I went into that like little perspective sometimes of like a celebrity, but not in the way where I was like all bitchy about it, you know. I'm talking like, oh shit, people are recognizing me, like this is kind of crazy, this is kind of cool, I'm enjoying this, like this is nice. It's I feel like my tribe, like my people grew more, you know, my followers, I would say, but not in the way where it's like, oh Joan, no, I'm saying like these are my people, and this is my fucking clan. This is, you know, I feel like I just feel my arms like around these people like this, you know, holding them tight. I don't know. I wish I can like draw a picture for you about it, but that's literally how my mind's thinking of it, where it's like I'm stretching my arms out so much and just gathering all of these lovely fucking people, all this beautiful information, all these works of art that are here at my I don't know what word I'm looking for. Will? Like whenever I'm looking for somebody to talk to for a brand new idea, they're right there. There's fucking mirrors in front of you at all times. I mean, look at this, right? Oh, by the way, I'll get into that. I haven't been on social media. I've said this so many times, and I'm gonna keep saying it because that's literally what I'm going through. I know that sometimes I want to stop myself from repeating the same things, but this is what my life has been going. Not a lot goes on in my life. Not a lot happens where I'm like fucking. I'm not going viral every fucking day. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, I'm not going 3 million followers, 3,000 views, whatever. I might have confused the two, and I meant 3,000 followers and 3 million views, because that sounds more reasonable, more realistic. But hey, you think it might come fucking true. But I haven't been on social media, and that's exactly what I've been going through, man. I've been in my own mind, but my own mind for what it actually is. I'm saying I was in my own mind, but away from the world, like everyone around me. I didn't really go out all that much, and I was being stuck in my own mind, but with everything that it was feeding me. I was still in that quarantine type of zone, I would say. And every single time that I would podcast, that'd be like my biggest conversation that I had in a good while. You know, I don't really put myself out there, but that's something that I'm looking forward to in 2022. Just being able to talk to anybody and just have a conversation as much as possible with anybody. And again, confidence. I think 2022 is just doing shit with fucking confidence, you know? Even if it sounds, or even if everyone else is doing it differently, even if it's not gonna get me the most video fucking views, even if it's not gonna pop off on my Instagram, I'm doing it the way I wanna fucking do it. And if they don't like it, then fuck them. And if the ones who do, listen, you're in for a fucking good time, you know? I care about so many things about this place, and I know that it might not be compared to some of these other people. Look at this. Stella, what's up? I know. Sí pues. My cat over there on the window. This is, man, everything, you know, there's just so many things that happen when you're really enjoying your world for what it actually is. I mean, I haven't been on social media, and apparently there's like a war going on in Israel. Like I haven't, and me being that person, and being all into all that kind of stuff, like I would have been all fucking into it. Like, did you hear this happened in Israel and this happened? I would have known all the fucking facts. I would have known everything, and I haven't really looked into it because again, I haven't been on social media. My only social media has been YouTube, and I'm fucking loving it. I love YouTube, and I'm not talking like the videos that really take away time from you. Some of those are cool every once in a while, but I'm talking like informational videos where I'm actually learning something, or it feels like it's speaking to me in a way, or I'm trying to improve myself by watching that video, is what I would say. But I heard that news for the first time just recently, today, in the morning. My little brother told me something about it, but he didn't go full in detail. He's like, did you hear? I'm like, what? Apparently there's a war in Israel because something attacked this other base, and I don't even know if that's how he said it, but he basically just told me the surface level stuff, that there was a war going on in Israel. And now that I'm not part of social media all that much like that, how I was before, I would have been all for that. I would have been all fucking on top of that, thinking about that, wasting all of my energy or spending all of my energy just on that topic. You know, something that really didn't really have to do with me. Like, it didn't have anything to do with me, you know? And I'm not saying that I don't care about what happened over there at all. Like, but I'm glad that I can step away and just hear it from different people, because I get to think of things a little bit more on my own, you know? I don't know all the details, but I heard that something happened in Israel where they just went and killed a bunch of Jews. And I'm talking a lot of fucking Jews. I heard that they found 40 babies on, like, what the fuck? How, what? Like, we see this on the internet. We see this on our social media, and we just, okay, whatever. We scroll past it. We've become so desensitized by stuff like this. This is just something else. No, like, what? This amount of people were killed just for the sole fact that they were Jews? Like, unplug from the situation a little bit. Unplug from your social media and, like, actually be a person for a little bit. That many people were killed for fucking being them, for being a person. Can you believe that? It's like if they came to you right now and they fucking killed you and did a whole bunch of terrible things before they killed you just for, I don't know, having a fucking smile, for having teeth, for being you. Like, you gain a sense of empathy when you're away from all of this desensitized stuff. You start thinking of things on a more human perspective level, you know? Something so bare, something so innocent and pure, that you hear about these things happening in different parts of the world and you can't even imagine it. Like, yeah, now they just fucking show you the videos. I heard that there's like a video. I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. But I was watching Casey Neistat talking about this. And he said that there's a video of a girl getting dragged out of a van after she had been R-word by all these fucking... Like, how terrible is that? How fucking... That's disgusting. It's... I don't know. I hear my cat. Oh, there she is. What? I'm gonna go open the window on the other side for my cat. I'll be right back. But just think about that for a second, okay? I'm gonna leave you off for like a little bit of moments of silence, just so you can hear, or so you can think of what actually happened. I'm not saying this is not just something that happened on social media or on the internet. No, this fucking happened. Just imagine right now, I'm sitting here, I'm enjoying my fucking day. I'm in my room, I'm with these podcast cameras. This beautiful sunny day here in fucking California where every single house looks exactly the fucking same. My cat's right here meowing at me, telling me to open the window. Everything is perfect in our fucking world, but we just make the worst of it. And they try to make it even worse in our own minds. I have a fucking quote about that or some shit probably, but I'll come back to it. Give me 1 second. Let me go and get my cat inside. And I am back. You think about it for a second? Did you think about it for a minute or two? Did you pause and just think of all the fucking... Oh my gosh. Like... Just being human, alright? I'm talking... Don't artificialize yourself. Don't get stuck in that world where everything is just... You scrolled upon. You know? You don't just see it on the internet. You don't just scroll... Like, this shit fucking happened, and we're not thinking too much about it because it's just something that happened on social media. No, like when 9/11 happened here in, like, for us, I mean, I was born a month after 9/11. Like, we're literally a month after right now from 9/11. So I didn't really get to like really empathize as much. I was a kid. I didn't understand it. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. I remember doing that every single day on fucking 9/11, but I never really understood why, because I was a little kid, you know? It was like, okay, That is terrible. But I didn't really think about it in that perspective. But now that I'm older, and I'm telling you, I'm getting towards the end of my 21st year. I turned 22 in fucking 2 days. Life, there's so much beauty in life, There's a trash can behind me. The trash. Yay, they took my trash. There's so much beauty in life. So when it gets ripped away in such terrible fucking manner, like, how do you not feel bad? Feel like I'm telling you, we've been just completely desensitized to the reality of what it means to be fucking human, maybe I'm seeing it in like a deeper fucking perspective. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much, but this is fucking terrible. 40 babies were found, like, or the what's it called, the movie about the sex trafficking, the child sex trafficking. Like, we just saw it. It was getting taken out of movie theaters. We just saw it, and okay, move on to the next thing. What's the next trend? Scroll. I mean, even like, that's just it's I don't even know how to fucking phrase it, to be honest with you. Like, even think about like Tinder. Oh, okay, I'm gonna scroll from that dude. I'm gonna scroll from that girl. I'm gonna scroll from this. I'm gonna scroll from that. Oh, that way. Oh, this way. Oh, that way. Like, you don't even fucking take the time to like actually like dial in on somebody and see really truly whether or not how you feel about that person. It's like you're buying information, and you're buying a lot of shit that you don't need, and then when information hits you that you really need that you really need to intake, is what I meant to say, that you really need to grasp the empathy behind it, or what it really means, we just scroll past that too. What happened in Palestine and Israel have nothing to fucking do with me at all. At all. But being human and hearing that shit like that happened just out of fucking nowhere, that hits home a little bit. They're babies. They're humans. They're souls. It's life. You're just killing fucking life for living. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know how this world is going down. 2021, I learned 2021 when I was 21, not 2021. This year, 2023, from 2022 to 2023, when I was 21, my 21st year, I saw some of the realities of the world and didn't take them for the surface level scroll away stuff, Started looking a lot deeper into shit. It may be like a self-proclaimed, I guess you could say, that I'm like looking deep into shit. Some people may just be saying that I'm a dumbass or some shit, but no, I take some fucking time to look into shit sometimes. Most of the time. I'm kind of geeky. I'm kind of nerdy, when I really like something, or when I'm really interested, or when I go into something catches my interest, or just calls my attention, I go in on it. And that's what I remember doing. Like, I remember when I was turning, I think 18, when I was turning 18, I don't know. No. How long ago was that? Like 2 years ago? So I would have been 20. When I was turning 20 or something, my cousin Jimmy, he had a tattoo gun, and he was going to start practicing tattoos, and he did this one right here. And I need to get it touched up, because it was his first tattoo that he ever did on somebody, now that I think about it. But he was tattooing himself. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. This guy is insane. Jimmy, to this day, fucking Jimmy's insane. I just know it. I haven't talked to him in a while, but that fucker, he was always on some shit, I swear. And he was tattooing himself for a while, and he told me, like, hey, you draw, you should get a tattoo gun. And I was like, no, I can't. Like, I remember this response. No, I can't, dog. Because if I do, I'm going to get really into it, and it's going to take over, and I don't know if I want to do that. I had to put up a barrier of my artistic side just to protect myself from getting fully consumed into this art world, into this art style. And I'll still learn about tattoos. Like I'll still want, like if I could, I would get down on a fucking tattoo, but I don't draw anymore. 1, 2, I've never done a tattoo before. 3, I don't have a license. 4, I don't have any tattoo supplies, right? But something about tattooing I've always wanted to do. But all the other stuff, it's just I know that I'll get fully fucking into it, you know? And now I lost that mentality for a little bit. My obsessive side. I tell my girlfriend I'm obsessed with you. Like I'm like dialed in. And I'm telling you, when I'm obsessed, when that's all I'm thinking about, I dial into it as much as I can. And I think that was something that my body or my mind started fighting with a little bit, you know? Like you're usually like this, but you're not doing this, or something's stopping you from doing this. So there's an interference between the connection of the idea and then the mind letting it work, or something like that. At least I'm trying to put it in English, but yeah, I'm not very fluent in my English. By the way, that was something that Tristan Tate said that his father told him, and I think that one was so true. I'm not trying to like bring up the Tate brothers or anything, but Tristan Tate, he's like, everyone thinks that they know a certain language. Like I would say I'm bilingual. I know how to speak English. I know how to speak Spanish. But to be honest, I don't know how to speak fucking either. I don't know so many words in the Spanish vocabulary, and I don't know a ton of different other words. Like different other words. I don't even know if that's the most articulate way to speak English. Like I stutter over my words. I there's so many words that I just don't know, that I don't use. My vocabulary is limited to a certain amount, and I want to broaden that up a lot more, getting it wide and versatile. Vocabulary. Just use words that aren't regularly used, just because it helps me make sentences a lot better, you know? At least that's what I'm imagining. But he says that a lot of people think that they're bilingual or can speak a fluent language, or that they're fluent in any language, is completely wrong. My father told me, he's like, you think you speak English, huh? He's like, yeah, I do. I'm fluent in English. He's like, all right. He's like, he pulls out a fucking dictionary and throws it in front of me. He's like, what does this word mean? I had no idea what that word meant. All right, turns to the page. What does this word mean? Hey, I don't know what that word means. There's so many words in there that he just doesn't know. So it turns out that in all reality, you don't know a language. You don't know English. Isn't that a mind fuck in a way? Like you don't know English, yet you do though. You don't know English. You know the broader scroll away version of English, not the full in detail 10-minute, 50-minute, hour-long, 3-hour-long documentary series of what it means to actually speak English. So I don't know. Practicing this is going to be very, very cool. I just want to see how much my vocabulary or my speech, my conversation skills improve. I just want to be better at this. I want to be fucking good. Because I remember, I'm telling you, that mentality that I had when I really liked something, I fucking went in as much as I can. And I wasn't going in on social media. All right. That was something else that I had thought about in the past, about blowing up on social media. When TikTok first arrived, I was on TikTok, got to 4,000 followers, and I fucking stopped because of the quarantine stuff. During quarantine is when I really got stuck with TikTok. And that's when I got like the 4,000 followers that I still have to this day, because I hardly ever post. And if I don't post, I don't do it consistently at all. Another trash truck. I'm telling you, my speech isn't all that bad. All the best. And I'm not saying that I'm really, really bad at it. I just don't practice having conversations or talking for a very, very long time, going on and on and on by myself. You know, it's usually just me in my own silence, in my own mind, or either writing in my journal. That's something about being 21 years old that I really fucking liked, and that's having a journal. I really enjoyed having a journal. I've filled up all this on the bottom from the like, I don't know how to show you. Let me just flip it. all this right here is how much I've written this past year, which is insane. Like this is from January of this year. That's when I started that journal. And having a journal has taught me so much. I've enjoyed it. I look forward to writing. When I get the urge to write, I'm like, oh, this sounds so nice. Like I want to get to it as fast as I can. There's just something in me, something that compulses me to get that fucking journal and start writing in it. I don't know what I'll write. I have no idea what is going on in my mind. But once I start putting my pen on that journal, I end up writing something, and I'm glad because it just makes so much sense. It takes away so much of the questioning and so much of the problem that you think you're having in your mind away. You just get it. It makes sense to you. I'm telling you, I don't think I would have gotten here without my journal. Like the way I'm talking to you now in this mindset. I'm talking maybe like a couple of weeks ago, I was in a bad mindset. And then a couple of weeks before that, great mindset. But I'm able to track when or why I was feeling that way, you know? I can go back and see, okay, I remember having a terrible mindset like a month ago. I was going through a fucking blum. I don't even know if blum is a word or not, but it felt like a gloomy, dull, uneventful. I don't know if that's the right word, right? But you get it, you know. Just it wasn't a great mindset. It wasn't a growth mindset. It was a limited mindset, you know, where I just took shit for what it was, and I didn't actually step up to where I was supposed to be at. You know, with this journal, I'm able to look back and comprehend myself a little bit more. And for when times like this, where I'm in a great mindset, where I'm motivated, I know what I can do differently that I didn't do that got me towards that bad mindset. You know what I mean? I wish I can draw like a diagram for you, but it's like, okay, bad mindset, good mindset, bad mindset, good mindset. And then in that good mindset, you get to go back, you learn what made you in that bad mindset, so that way you take it into your good mindset and make even more of a good mindset. And this is one of those things that puts me in a good mindset. It feels like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and actually practicing my skill, my craft of, it's no longer, I got it confused. My craft isn't social media. It's not marketing. It's not business. It's fucking being a person. And that's what I kind of have to get back to. I haven't been a person for a very long time. And I'm not saying that in a weird way. I'm saying that I wasn't really, you know, fully indulged in what the reality of my world actually has. More of what the reality of the world has that has nothing to do with me, you know? The war in Israel, would have never known about it until my little brother told me. Yesterday, I fucking found out that Charles Oliveira is pulled. Like he fucking got us. If you know who Charles Oliveira is, great fucking UFC fighter, has the most submissions in the game. He pulled out of the fight because he got like a huge gash, a huge cut on his fucking eyebrow, and he had to get stitches, so you can't fight with stitches. So now Alexander Volkanovski, which is one of the greatest fighters of all time, is stepping in to fucking fight Islam Makhachev in Abu Dhabi on October 21st. And I didn't know about this until yesterday. I'm so out of the loop. I had to go on YouTube. It popped up on my YouTube page, and that's the only way I knew. Oh my gosh, I haven't, like, it's really cool, but it makes me feel things a lot more. It makes me feel more alive, more present with what's actually happening in front of me. And then when the shit that's not happening in front of me, the shit that is usually made for entertainment or for distraction or for just chilling and taking your mind off of things, when that approaches me instead, I feel it so much more. It's like, what the fuck? No way. I mean, of course, UFC is something that always brings that, but I felt it a lot more this time. I cannot believe it. I wish I can go on a full fucking tangent and talk about that, but I want to stick to the whole 22 part because I feel like that's what we've been going on, and now I'm just rambling about literally anything. It happens, you know. You don't really expect these type of things. You just go with them. You just embrace them. Embrace yourself, you know. This is just me being myself, you know, not really worrying about who I'm talking about or who I'm talking to or have to worry about what they're going to say because I'm gonna have something that I need to say back. Like it takes away all of that stress, all of that pressure of me, one, being a good interviewist, being a good content creator, being a good podcaster. Now I'm just being a fucking person, and that's what I'm gonna be trying to do more in my 22nd year, is be a good person, and yeah, enjoy the things in front of me. Enjoy me. Enjoy me being me, my actual existence of what I've got. I can be like, yeah, this room isn't even that fucking cool. I'm not even gonna have it. But I don't have the best fucking room in the world the way I would have thought I would have had. But this is what I got, and it's fucking cool. I'm chilling. I got the fan blowing right now. I got my laptop. I got my 2 cameras in front of me. I could have been doing this a long time ago, but I'm glad that I'm now getting to it. Going into my 22nd year, that's another thing that I would want to do more of. And that's whenever I have an idea or whenever I think of something that I want to do, I want to stop setting so many excuses for myself that pulls me away from not doing what I want to do. If I want to, of course, the real world is very limiting. I just said that fucking quote from the book. The world is very limiting, but your imagination isn't. I may not be able to afford to go and do, I don't know, like acting classes, for example, and become some actor in Hollywood or something and just have fun enjoying the craft of being on a film set and just seeing how everybody works and how their minds go and acting in front of people and finding that little other artistic aspect within myself that I know I would enjoy a lot once I got the hang of it. Like if I had that idea to just go and do it. I know you don't have money, but money's coming, and sometimes you just have to go and take some risks. The old me was more of a risk taker. He was confident in the risks that he took. He was more calculated. And if he had his miscalculations off, he would reroute and find his way back towards the right answer. And that's what I'm getting back to right now. I'm finding the right answer. My 21-year-old self is ending. My chapter is ending. And I'm rerouting myself for the greatest possible outcome. It's going to be a lot to learn. But I should be excited to learn it. I'm very excited. I'm learning a lot. Getting a lot of wisdom, I would say. I know that I can't really get my thoughts across sometimes because I don't really put it into practice, as I've said. But I know there's a lot in my mind that I haven't been able to fully release yet. So all the things that I have in my mind, I'm gonna do in 2022. So what would I want to do in 2022? So we can end off this episode of the podcast. What would be some of the things that I want to do in 2022? I want to be a great conversationalist. Be able to talk to anybody, anywhere, for however long, about any topic. Be more articulate with my speech. Be more confident within my actions and my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. Be in tune a lot with my emotions. I feel like I did that a lot when I was 21. Sometimes they take advantage and they'd win over my mind, but I can see the improvement by the long run. In that whole past year, my mind has evolved into something bigger, but now I really have to hone it. I think that's one thing too that was pretty interesting. I could say that my mind was evolving, but I didn't know what to do with it. So now it's time to retract everything that I've been gaining and actually take the time to process it for myself, and then amplify it into whatever I'm making or creating and just do it to the best that I can with the best mentality that I can. What else do I want to do when I'm 22 or in my 22nd year? I want to, when I'm 22, I'm not going to hesitate on my actions, as I said. And when I'm 22, I'm gonna have everything that I set my mind to. If I want to make money, I'm gonna make money. And even if I don't want to make money, money's gonna come to me because of just the things that I'm doing, that I'm creating, that I'm thinking, that I'm saying, that I'm putting into existence from my own imagination. Something that was unearthly into something earthly. Just develop myself a lot more. When I'm 22, I'm going to develop myself a lot more. And I'm going to evolve countless amounts of times. And I know this. Maybe they won't be as severe or as... what's the word that I'm looking for? They won't be as severe, or they won't be as crucial, something hard. Like, they won't be as hard on me next time they come around. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my 22nd year of life. It's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be full of different kinds of challenges and obstacles and different information and new information and just a bunch of everything, to be honest. I have no idea what holds for 2022, but I know within me, it's just another year for me to get to the top of my game as much as I can. I feel like I've done that a lot in my own mind, but not in the real world. So now 2022, we're bringing it all out. We're going all in, you know. And I'm not trying to be on that fucking new year, new me type shit, you know. But I'm just trying to have fun with everything that I fucking do, because putting that pressure on yourself the entire time, just not taking it easy, you know, being free and fluid, you know, that's what I'm trying to get to. Being free and fluid in my 2022. I keep saying in my 2022, but I mean 22nd year of life. When I'm 22. Yeah, I'm excited for a lot of big things. Feels pretty cool, because there's times where I'm podcasting right now and I'll think I'm saying, or no, what was I just thinking? That I'm here and I'm maybe taking my time or stuttering or saying something wrong, or I don't know, you know, just doing something wrong. There's times where I'm on the podcast and it feels like that, but right now I don't really care. Like I could just, I'm not putting any pressure on me, you know. This is just me, and I know people like listening to other people talk sometimes. You know, I was watching Theo Vaughn's podcast, and I can really appreciate that about that guy, that he's not afraid to be himself. You know, he embraces the darkest sides of him. He embraces the funny side, you know, the clueless side, the ones where he is asking questions and doesn't know like he knows everything. Like he's just, I don't know. Like I see him and he's just just taking things for however they come and just really being with it, you know. Even if it's his own thought, you know, he doesn't really stray away from thinking or saying something. He just goes and does it. And I was listening to his podcast just by himself. I was watching it because I was like, how do you do a solo podcast? And I really appreciated that from watching it. And I'm taking that into myself, you know. Every single time that I'm saying in my own mind, oh, you're fucking up. Oh, you're taking too long to say something. Oh, you're starting over your words. You're not doing the best that you can. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I'm not doing my best yet. I'm still developing my best, you know? I'm level 4, episode 4 of this podcast by myself, just talking to a camera. Can you believe that? But just to be able to go on and talk and just express my mind however it is, it's really cool. It's very, very cool. And I just by being in this state, if I can just keep at this state as much as I can on different days, like today, may tomorrow be another day with this mindset. May the next day be the same, and the day after and the day following. Just always on this mindset where I'm confident in what I'm doing, even if it's like I'm confident that I know that I'm not doing my best, and that's good. I'm confident that I'm not trying to be the best right now, and that is good. Because you know that even though you're not liking your outcome right now, you're not going to sound like these people who are on these fucking podcasts talking to millions of people on a daily basis. Maybe not millions, this is not that many. You don't want to talk to that many people in a day. I can't even count to 1 million, to be honest with you. Probably take me a cool few 100,000 seconds, but I'll get confused probably if I were to count to 1 million. But there's these people talk with people all the damn time, with their team, with their staff, and they've been doing it for such a long time. Joan, like, don't take it too rushed, too pressured, I don't know, man. Just ease into it. That's what I'm doing. I'm easing into my stuff. My 2021, I tried to figure everything out all at once, just right there and then, as much as I could. Because if I didn't, I wasn't gonna make it, and I wasn't gonna. Oh man. Nah, 2022 is gonna be really cool. I don't know who's gonna be in it. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I don't even know if I'm gonna be in this fucking room in the beginning of 2024. I don't know. I don't know how everything's gonna go, but I'm confident within myself now a lot more. That this is where I have to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. I have rerouted myself here for a fucking reason, and this is what I have to tune into as much as I can. Simplifying things and embracing every single aspect of my life as much as I can. Remembering gratitude literally at all times. Because it feels good to be grateful for just being alive, for existing, for being able to really see what life has to offer. I posted a reel yesterday from episode 70 with Marissa, and she said, I asked her if she would want to live forever. And it's funny because so many people in the comments, all of them say, like, no, I wouldn't want to live forever. I barely want to live now. Life sucks right now. Why would I want to keep doing this? No, this sounds horrible. And it's sad because I don't know. I wouldn't say life is horrible. Life can be rough. Life can be very hard to figure out all the time. But life isn't bad at all. Life isn't horrible. Life is beautiful. And it's so beautiful that you're able to put yourself and make life be whatever you really want it to be. When I'm 22, I'm going to become a more evolved version of myself. And I'm not saying that to put pressure on me. I'm saying that I know that it's going to happen and you should be looking forward to it. When I'm 22, I'll be more in tune with my own mind. I think that's like the biggest one. When I'm 22, I want to seek adventure. Maybe not from everything that the world has to offer, but just within myself. Every single day, in any way, shape, or form, no matter how big or how small the adventure is, but just always be seeking something, whether it be in a book, whether it be in some YouTube video, whether it be adventure in, I don't know, just a walk in the park and seeing what you observe. Seek for these new things that you really, really want in your life. Seek to become 1% better every single day of your 22-year-old existence. Yeah, it's going to be really cool being 22. I can't really ask people how it was like when they were 22 because times are so different. Like the things that they did, even if I wanted to go and do them, the way the world has me in position right now that I haven't broken out of yet to choose my own position, I can't even do or sometimes it feels like it, that I can't do the most simplest things, whether it be just going out on a drive out to and I used to do that, when I was in like before quarantine. I used to go out, just drive, park, just chill, look at whatever there is to offer at night, just look at the stars, or look at the lights from a view or something. Drive around, see if I find some shit. Do just adventure all the time. Seek adventure. When I'm 22, I'm going to seek adventure. When I'm 22, I'm going to embrace what my mind wants to create and make my mind happy. So that way that motherfucker doesn't fight against it. Against me. I'm in control of my mind. So if it wants to make something, you know what, bro? Let's make it. Let's do it. I got you. Don't fucking pussy out on me now. You said you want to make it. You said you wanted to do it. So don't bitch out on me now. You're staying with it. So don't start bitching that, oh, it's too hard, or oh, I don't really like this anymore, or some bullshit like that. No, mind. You thought of it. You wanted to do it. I said, okay, we started. Now let's keep doing this and trying to do this as best as we can, no matter how hard it is. I want to be closer to my friends when I'm 22 years old in that year. You know, I want to be embraced by those around me that see something in me that I don't see. And I see something in them. Just be around my homies, my friends. Try to push them towards wanting to become something better too. Just strive for perfection at our own pace, not at anybody else's. I'll be perfect, but when I need to be perfect. Right now, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be me. So, yeah, 2022, or when I turn 22, that year, I want to be fucking badass, basically. And I know that if I really set my mind to it, and I really am, I don't want to crack. You know, I don't want to fall back to that no puedo mindset. Nah, we can do this shit. I know that I can. I want to get rid of all doubt. I get rid of my doubts now. I banish my doubts from my body right now. From this very moment, there is no doubt in my system, cell, or vein. Doubt is gone from my body. Doubt is... I said banished already. Disqualified from my mind. Doubt no longer exists. I need to stop. Not need to stop, but when I'm 22 years old, I'm gonna be fucking badass. I'm gonna be confident. I'm gonna be just what I really am. I'm really tuning into what I am, and it's I'm feeling it a lot more. But I don't know. You get a little confused sometimes, a little lost. But it's about finding yourself back. Getting lost is part of it. You know, I feel like everybody does that. But learning how to get back to yourself, that's a whole different skill that not many really learn how to control, how to recalibrate, reroute, equilibrium. I'm a Libra, you know? I always find that balance afterwards. And maybe too dark, maybe too... That's what it was. That's another cool way of thinking about it. It was really, really dark at sometimes, you know, like really fucking dark sometimes. And then it would be really fucking light sometimes, like super bright. But it's about making those dark and light times less and less and less and less and less. Because you know you're going to have them. You know they're going to be coming your way. And it's in the most unexpected moments where everything could be going good, really, really good. But then here comes like a fucking nightmare hitting you. You don't even expect it. It's about making those light moments and those dark moments not really be super bright or super, super dark. It's about just taking things for what they are and being confident within yourself that you're going to figure out a way to manage those times, whether they be super good times or super bad times. You know, take everything, like if I do super, super good, this is good. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much but I'm not gonna let this go and tick over my head. No, I'm going to acknowledge this as a success and be grateful for it, and I'm going to keep moving and doing what I've always been doing. And when it's those dark moments, this is not fortunate, this is unfortunate, but I know that this is gonna pass, so I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing that I need to be doing, that I was already doing before this dark moment happened, because that's all I can do. All you can do, all you can control is how you play. And that's how we reroute back into that topic right there. Not even topic, but that statement. All you can do is control how you play. So 2022, damn. When I turn 22, I just want to play it the best that I can. Not worry about anybody else or how they're performing or where I want to go or like who I want to be like or how I want to do it like they do it. It's just playing by my rules at my pace and being in control of my fight. So I think that's where I'm going to end it. Thank you guys for watching. Turning 22 is going to be freaking amazing. This is probably going to go up tomorrow, a day before my birthday. I'll probably have a podcast after my birthday and tell you guys how all of that went. Sorry if I rambled a lot. I was just thinking a lot, just processing things of where I want to be next year. My next chapter of life. It's going to be very cool, very interesting, very fun, very loving, full of love. Love, courage, confidence, balance, flow like water. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys happen to enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. I know it's a little bit hard listening to me because I'm not the best at talking, but I'll get better. I know I will. It's something that I'm tapping into, and I'm just now getting to know it and embrace it as much as I can. Thank you for watching. I will catch you guys all in the next episode of Kicking Back with Joan. If you guys are listening on audio platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, come over to YouTube. Check us out over here. We have a whole video version. I will have a guest coming soon, for sure. I want to have more guests. Get that in practice. Get both this type of podcasting and then podcasting with other people more in check. But yeah, I will see you guys all in the next podcast. May the next one be even better than this one. May you guys have the greatest day that you guys could make it. If I were to leave you with any advice, I'm going to say, don't doubt your imagination. Tap into your imagination as much as you can, just like when you were a kid and you fully believed that stick was a fucking sword or that little twig was a magic wand, that it was that. Tap into that imagination and make it fucking happen, because when it happens, you're not going to believe that it was even possible, and no one else around you is going to believe that either. Be creative, be artistic, be you. Be you to the best that you can. Get off social media for a little bit. You don't need it. There's not really that much happening in the world that really needs to concern you right now. And if there is, it's probably terrible and unfortunate. And when it comes up to you and somebody else brings that information up to you, because they're still on all those social media websites that play with your emotions and shit, you'll feel it a lot more, and you'll take it for what it actually is and not just some algorithm emotion evoker. No, it's just life. You start to embrace life a little bit more. Embrace life for what you want to make it. I'm telling you, that's how I'm thinking about it now. I don't know why I just came back to this, and I know that there's going to be things that throw me off from staying on this fucking mentality of like really thinking that whatever I project onto the universe about having this be one of the best podcasts in the world, or me being super charismatic and confident and a great conversationalist with anybody or any camera that's with me, in front of me, or around me, then I'm just good to go. I'm confident in whatever I want to really step my foot in. So yeah, have that mentality. You're fucking badass. Believe that shit. You know, no more of this. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. This is very unfortunate. No, fuck all that shit. Let's get back on it. Let's get back on track. Yeah, don't forget, you're a badass. Go sit by yourself, tune away from what everybody else is thinking, and think what you really think, you know, and why you think those things. And if you want to make any changes to those thoughts, what can you do to make those changes to those thoughts? I'll catch you guys all later. I'll stop rambling. I'll see you in the next episode. Since this is happening before my birthday, and the next episode is probably going to happen after my birthday, happy birthday, Joan. Don't feel bad that you're in this position. Don't feel bad that you feel like you're in a way starting over. Because sometimes you have to. You're not really happy with the work that you're creating. Who tells you that you can't stop doing that and just restart and try again? And, you know, yeah, your canvas was looking pretty badass. You almost finished that painting from what you thought, but you weren't happy with it. Man, it's all right. Pull out another canvas, give it another shot. No one's going to tell you that you can't. No one can tell you that you can't. Only you can tell you that you can't. So don't be afraid of anything, because you can control it all within your mind. I'll see you guys all in the next episode. I'll stop. Bye-bye. I'm out. And stopping.